Hello, in this video I will talk on the variables. In the last video we wrote a code to display the product names and quantity and price in this way, but most of the time these should come from either from the user or so this should be read somewhere instead of hard coding inside of the code. Okay, because you don't expect the programmer to know the product prices before at the time of writing the code. So usually these values comes from outside of the program. Um, so to do this, we need some variables. We need so consider the variables like a container, and inside of the container you put some value. Um, so here let's say uh, I want to say I am for example 20 years old. Okay, I am 20 years old. Okay, so here let me just delete this. Okay, so if I run it, okay, it displays that I am 20 years old, but this should come from somewhere else. Okay, because we may want to display the same thing for different people, and we don't want to write the same code again and again. So here, this 20. So if I say, okay, so if I say percent d, okay, or I, the same thing. So here after this format string, if I say 20, again it says I am 20 years old, but I want to assign this to a variable. So there are several data types. So I use int for this one. So there is for the floating numbers there is double, float, and so on. So let's go step by step. So if I say int h, okay, so if I say, let's see what h is. Okay, so what is this? So it looks like I am too old. So this is a garbage value. So that means whatever whatever the value remaining at that location, the memory location allocated by the operating system. So here, if so, let me just do this. This, by the way, uh, two forward slashes is to use for the comment. Okay, so for example, if I say this is declare declare a variable. Okay, so if I say declare a variable and something else, okay, so, or let's say line 2, second line. Okay, so here this doesn't compile, so let me just show that. Okay, so there is an error. Okay, so here if you want to put a comment with 2 lines, this doesn't work, so you should say forward slash asterisk and end your comment with the forward slash, so asterisk and forward slash. So anything in between this is ignored by the compiler. So you can put some other comments. So if it is only one line, you can put this. You can just take this from here and put at the end. Okay, so this is also okay. But if it is only one line, so this was for the block comment, but this is the line comment, which is just uh, 2 forward slashes. That means starting just after this until the end of the line. So this part is a comment. Okay, and also I can put this from to here. So this part, this is a part of the code, but this part is not. So starting from here until the end of the line is ignored by the compiler. So this is declaring a variable. Okay, so I say what this age is for. So this will be an integer. So here assign a value. This equal sign is not equality in C and in most of the language, programming language. This is assignment operator. So equals equals is the operator for the equality, but this one is the assignment operator, which means it takes whatever on the right side, takes it, assign it whatever is on the left side. Okay, so on the left side we want to, okay, so on the right side we want to assign 20. So I want to put 20 into h. So on the left side we need to have h. Okay, and this is a statement, but each statement must end with a semicolon. Okay, so this is um, assign a value. Okay, assigning a value. So here this h is here. So okay, so here if I say h, okay, if I put h, actually it will display h. So it will not display the value of the h. So this h is considered as a part of this string. But here I should say percent I, okay, and then here after this string I put h. Okay, now let's see what it displays. Okay, so it works. I am 20 years old. Okay, also let me talk on other data types. There is also floating numbers. So for example, what if I am 2.5 years old? Okay, so now let's run this. So it displays 2. Okay, so because we are assigning this one into integer, the floating part is truncated, so it displays 2. Okay, but if I want to say yes, I am 2.5 years old, I should make this, or let me use something else. So here double, and there is double and there is also float. Okay, float like this. So let's use this one. So let me say d1. Okay, d1, and then, and by the way, I can, so this is declaring, I am declaring, and here this is assigning. I could do this, I could say d1 3.5. Okay, okay, so this works fine, but I can declare and assign a value at the same line, which means I can do this. I declare it and assign value at the same time. So here it says unused variable. Yes, we will use it very soon. Let me say d1 here. Okay, d1. Now, so the problem is, okay, it doesn't work because here this is double, but I is used for the integers. So here I need to say f. It's not d. D and I is used for the integers, but this should be F. Okay. Okay. So here, if I want to display maybe just one uh, digit, so I should say point one. Okay. So point one says display only one digit from the floating part. Okay. So I am 3.5 years old. Um, By the way, D1 is okay. The valid names, they should start with either. Okay, so in a variable you can have uh, you can have um, like this a z or a z. Okay, let, letters, or you can have num digits, or you can have underscore. Okay, nothing else. Um, okay, so this is a one of the letters, and this is a digit. This is okay. I can also put underscore. This is also okay. Let me comment this out. Okay, let me just comment this out. Okay, so this is also okay. However, uh, I cannot put, I cannot start it with a number. Okay, so this is not okay. I can start with the underscore. Okay, so starting with underscore, okay, a letter is okay, but not number. Okay, but underscore and number can appear anywhere. So here also I cannot have space character. So space character is also a character, so I cannot use space character in a variable name. Okay, so now let me just delete this. So D1 is okay. Okay, so printing this. Okay, so it worked. So also we can have float. Okay, so float F1. Um, so let's say 56.3. Okay, okay, so this is not used. So let's say F1 is this. F1. Okay, so 7.8. If I run it, okay, so it displays that. By the way, you may be confused that how come we get all of this, because of the limited memory. So this is just an approximation. Okay, so for example, consider this: f1 10 divided by 3. Okay. Actually, anyway, so okay, so let me just use this one, 7 8. And what else? Okay, f1. Okay, so now it displays in this way. Printf. Okay, and there is also char. Let's say c1, and with which the characters are put into single quotations. For example, I can say 8. Okay, and also let me just display this. C1 is, so for the characters we use C. Okay, and then let me say C1. Let's run this. Okay, now it shows that successfully. Also I can put For example, question mark. Okay, so question mark is also a character, or space character is also okay. Space character. Um, Let me run it. Okay, so let me put two space characters. No, there is a problem. Multi-character constant. So only one character can be used. Um, okay, so um, this backslash, for example, t. Okay, so this is for the top character. Okay, although it looks like that this is two character, actually it is only one character because this is called escape character. So so backslash t represents only one character, which is the top character. I hope this is clear. Have a nice day.